I was not expecting to get an arch rival today, but here we are.
Come on, man!
Well, I was not expecting...
All right, that went a little long, but there we go. We're here.
Hey, we're here. That's great. Fucking Archrivals, episode 17.
Episode 17.
Wow. So, apparently there's a lot of weird shit going on in the NFL.
Yeah.
We blame a person who smoked a cigarette somewhere in California for the first fucking piece of news for the week.
Yeah, I've heard it. A lot of people are pissed off about that, man. So what happened?
So apparently the air in California is affecting a lot of the areas south of where these fires are, and they're moving the game from Mexico City to LA.
Where the fires are.
No, actually where
they're more like the East Bay, but...
Well, the Rams played there on Sunday, and it was fine. So they have decided that they're going to move them there. It's just, you know what? I feel bad for all those people in Mexico City, though.
Yeah, those people that bought tickets.
Yeah, and then they're going to get their money back somehow.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's really, really bad.
Yeah, I agree. And plus, I mean, the Rams get another home game this week. Or you get another home game.
Well, I believe the Rams were the home team to begin with in that game in Mexico City. I don't think the Chiefs were.
Okay.
So Le'Veon Bell does not show up for fucking practice.
On Tuesday. So he is no longer able to play for the rest of the season.
That's correct. And he loses the rest of his $14 million salary. So the one thing that I did find funny today, and this was cruising on Facebook before my drive to Staten Island to watch Melissa's daughter bowl, is they actually had a camera focused in the middle of the fucking parking lot where I guess the practice field is or whatever.
Okay.
And this clock went nonstop till about 4:35, and there was nobody going in and out, which I thought was pretty funny because they just wasted electricity on an empty parking lot pretty much the entire day.
Yeah.
But they wanted to make sure that Le'Veon was showing up, and apparently
he didn't.
So, yeah, well, so sorry for you.
I guess. I mean, whatever. He lost.
Well, again, I like James Conner better at this point anyway.
Yeah.
He's a steamroller waiting to happen.
So what happens to Le'Veon Bell now? Where do you think he's going to go?
Well, at the end, I think they'll still wait it out, but they may franchise tag him as soon as the end of the Super Bowl starts. Like literally when 4 zeros are on the board at the Super Bowl, Pittsburgh's going to be like, franchise tag, $23 million. Yeah. And then he'll be fucked. Because then he won't be able to get a contract again. Out a year of football, you don't know what kind of freaking physical condition and shit he's in. Just damn.
Yeah, he screwed himself. So, I mean, unless they let him go, like they could do that, but I don't see that happening. I see the franchise tag, and then who's going to pay $23 million for him?
Well, think of it this way: imagine the contract that he's going to be probably asking for if he goes free agency.
Yeah,
and that might be just even the bigger kicker to it. Hugh Jackson didn't go unemployed for so long. He signed as the offensive coordinator for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh, really?
That's pretty interesting. James Conner is in concussion protocol after his lovely "I shouldn't be playing with 30 seconds left in the third quarter" up 50 points Thursday night.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. Des Bryant got hurt. They signed the Saints Brandon Marshall.
Really?
Yeah. You know what? We're going to sign a whole bunch of over-the-hill receivers at this point.
Well, I mean, they just got to have something.
I don't even know if that's really even that doesn't. Brandon Marshall does not fill frickin' Des Bryant shoes.
No,
Sorry.
It doesn't.
Ray Funk says he wants us to prank call the LA radio station.
Oh, we don't have a phone set up, man.
Oh, I would do it, but just.
I would do it.
I would definitely do it.
But I don't have a phone set up.
And Terrell Pryor is on his third team. That is going to be looking for his fourth team this year. Buffalo destroys the New York Jets on Sunday, and then the Bills released him.
Really?
Yeah.
What did he do for the Bills? Did he score any points?
I don't believe he did this weekend. Really don't.
Ray wants to do a collab suit. I'm down. It just depends. It's in my Hell Weeks or season is starting, so I don't know. I'm not gonna have a lot of time on the weekends.
Oh, I'll definitely be down because I heard there's a show that needs a producer, and I got called for it, so I'm pretty good for that.
Cool.
So so let's just jump into these games. Ravens, Broncos, Texans, and Vikings all had the week off.
Yep.
What do you have listed as first on yours?
Well, hold on. Let me switch scenes here. There we go. That'll look better. That looks better. I've got Saints versus the Bengals.
All righty. So before we even start this week, I'm going to give overall numbers. Now, Trent's only been around for 3 weeks for picks. He has a nice, robust record of 19-7 from the records that I have.
19-7.
That's coming into this week, by the way. Derek is 26-15. You, my friend, are 57-44. 13 games over 500.
All right.
And my record, surprisingly enough, 67-34.
Goddamn. It's like at least the people that are doing this show are the top of the list here.
Well, I got to tell you though, I did look, and it was a pretty much like a bumpy start where we were doing 10-6. We were going at 500 at one clip, and then all of a sudden, like the picks just really started taking off. So I can guaranteeingly tell you that with getting the numbers and the season's kind of leveled itself out a lot. So you know who the front runners are going to be and who the freaking shit grabbers are. So you pretty much do you do get better as the season goes along.
Yeah. So, all right. So the Saints that beat the Bengals, that wasn't a big surprise here. You know what, man? I'm looking for them in the playoffs. I think they're going to do very well. I think they're already there.
Well, they are definitely in. And yeah. At this point, they're going to be fighting for that number 1 seed with the Rams, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But surprisingly enough, how slow they started out after game 1 against Atlanta. And now, all of a sudden, they are just rolling 8 in a row. They're winning on the road. They're winning at home.
They're winning everywhere.
They're just all over the place.
Over the place.
Breeze had another great game this weekend.
Yep.
They went up early. They got ahead early in this game. And Cincinnati was only scoring toward the end, so I really couldn't say very much for them. But one of the highlights in this game is they actually had another 100-yard rusher, and it wasn't Alvin Kamara. So that's actually a surprise for the Saints. Michael Thomas is still, I believe, up there in the lead for catches for this year. Had 2 more scores.
Yeah.
So definitely, Saints took off again.
I think they're going, man. I mean, it's going to be hard to beat them. I mean, once it gets to once you get to the off season or the postseason, it's definitely going to be they have the potential to go to the Super Bowl for sure.
All right, now I know Trin's probably mad at me for probably saying his name like this because I know he objected yesterday. We're supposed to be calling him Joe. Okay, but Joe, you, and myself all picked the winner in this game, and obviously the Saints covered.
Oh yeah, we all picked them, didn't we?
Well, Derek wasn't around for the pick, so we didn't have him listed.
Okay. All right. Now we got to the next game here.
This, in my opinion, was probably one of the upsets of the weekend. I know there were two.
I know old Todd said that Bengals Saints game was going to be one of the best games of the week. It wasn't.
All right, I have gotten permission to call him Trin. So, thank you for that approval, because that's how I know you. We'll
I think that's because I just started calling him that. Yeah. Not the Trin, just Trin.
Okay.
You call me the Trin. Oh, he likes to be talked about in third person.
Oh, okay. So this one here, again, it was only 3 people picking. I think Derek was a little late for the beginning of the episode the other night. Now, this one here, you went out on the limb, you picked the Browns, and the Browns won.
Woo!
Surprisingly enough, I actually did try to acquire a Cleveland Browns jersey and was unsuccessful.
Really?
There are not very many of the new ones around on eBay. And a lot of them are the old, like, Peyton Hillis jerseys or Johnny Manziel. So I did not purchase one.
Does that come with a free bag of Coke?
Unfortunately, it doesn't. I heard it does come with a 6-pack of Coke, though.
There we go. All right. So, yeah. I mean, the Browns just took it to him. Mayfield, 216 yards, 3 touchdowns. Ryan didn't do bad for the Falcons. He, 330, and he get through 2.
But the key to this game, was Chubb, because they legitimately hogged the ball the entire game. Cleveland was ahead in freaking time of possession and kept Atlanta off the field.
Absolutely, they did.
Julio with another touchdown.
Oh, well, look at that. Look at that. But I'm glad I went with the upset. I had it in my guts that Cleveland was going to win, and they sure the fuck didn't disappoint me.
No, but I got to tell you, watching the highlights, I think I watched them like 3 or 4 times, and Mr. Chubb now has the officially longest rushing touchdown in Cleveland Browns history. Well, it was like 93 yards.
Yeah, I saw that. That was crazy. That's not like, I mean, it's not really insane. I mean, it's the Cleveland Browns. I mean, you knew he was going to break it this year anyways.
Well, you know what? A lot of people, again, we've said it all year. A lot of people underestimating the Cleveland Browns. And this weekend, after they had that battle weekend last weekend with Kansas City, they came back and did this.
Yeah.
Give them a lot of credit. And there was the coaching changes, too, that also probably did help this win. So,
couple years, and the Browns the Browns are definitely going to be. I think they could go to the playoffs in a couple years. I don't know if they're going to go to. I'm not saying they're going to go to the Super Bowl, but they might go to get a playoff game, or at least a wild card.
I give them at least 1 to 2 years, and they'll be in a playoff run.
All right, we've got the Lions versus the Bears.
All right, so in this game here, because what we have in order for schedule is not the same as it is on my paper.
Yeah.
We obviously threw Derek in on this one, but we all picked the Chicago Bears, and they covered.
Mitch Trubisky had a hell of a game.
I got to tell you, he's standing up. And technically, if we were still holding our bet, Alex, I'm only 1 win away from $10.
Oh, what did you say? They have 7 wins this week?
7 wins at least minimum, and they're at 6-3.
I almost have to start betting against the Bears. Fuck you, Bears.
Robinson led the The Bears with 133 yards receiving, 2 scores. The run game, not so prevalent in this. And Derek's autograph rookie card
Kerryon Johnson
only went for 51 yards and a touchdown. So
yeah,
maybe that price might actually come down on that card, and then he just, I don't know. Stafford, pretty decent game at 274, 2 scores, but Trubisky 355 and 3. Jesus.
Yeah, he had a hell of a game. Hell of a game. I like the way the Bears are looking this year. I really do. 6-3, they got potential for the playoffs too.
Well, but this is the other thing, though, is that Detroit now is 1 game removed from the Golden Tate III era, and I have a feeling that may have been the difference in the offense for the Lions.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm kind of leaning. You took another weapon away from Mr. Stafford, and he's going to lead I think probably by the end of the year, he's going to lead Detroit's quarterback stats with like everything.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so this game, man, I watched this game, and I was a little shocked, man. And I know everybody's going to bitch and whine, but Chiefs are only beating the Arizona Cardinals by 12 points.
After the week before,
only winning by 16.
Now, this was obviously a unanimous pick.
Yeah.
However, I'm going to put a very, very big circle around this game. Okay? I boldly, on Friday, said to everybody, if you are betting this game, take the points.
Mm-hmm.
The Chiefs were laying 19 points to the Arizona Cardinals, and surprisingly enough, with the points, the Cardinals win by 7.
Yep. So, Chiefs haven't been covering the spread 2 weeks in a row, man.
Well, no, they covered it last week.
Did they?
It was only like 11.
Okay.
But this week, I apparently, you know what? I understand the Cardinals will only have 2 wins this year. But at the same rate, that team is not a dead team. And if anybody really set the standard for pretty much the shitty teams not doing well, Cleveland has put out a blueprint somehow. And I think Arizona kind of picked that up a little bit. But overall, I saw the Chiefs up 20. I think he was like 21 at one point. And I was like, geez, blowout? Not so much.
Not so much. See, and that's one of the things that I worry about with the Kansas City Chiefs. It's like we start out with this banger of a season, and Trent's right there with it too. He feels like Andy's getting into the complacent stage of the season, and then he starts just coasting. And I have a feeling, Mark, dude, I've talked about this before. I have a feeling the Raiders will at least once beat the Chiefs this year. I have a feeling that it's going to happen. It's going to be a huge upset. It's not going to help our season any, but it's all a pride thing. But the way they're going with these teams, they just start to go downhill towards the end of the season, and they're like coasting, like, oh, we got this. But look, Mahomes only threw for 249. That is unheard of for him.
But he did also throw his 31st touchdown of the season.
He did, but I'm saying, like, he did not do. He's like, it's like he's showing his mortality all of a sudden. And he blew his wad at the beginning of the season, and now it's like starting to slow down. I'm not saying that they're not a playoff team. Obviously, they're already in. I'm not even, dare I say, I'm not saying they don't have the potential to be a Super Bowl team. But it's just like Andy Reid does this every year, and it's going to fuck them in the playoffs. I have a feeling that's going to happen.
Think of it this way. There were so many records that were in reach, or probably still are in reach, for the Chiefs. And you know what? This team is going to have to come down against a very, very tough Rams team on Monday night.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether they're playing in L.A. or they're playing in Mexico City or Guatemala, there's going to be a fucking rough game on Monday night.
It is.
And for them to lay back and be lax with this, you're not going to be able to be lax on Monday. You got another. No. I believe they have another meeting with the Chargers. They have another meeting with the Raiders.
Yep.
And I believe there are other playoff teams.
They have 2 meetings with the Raiders. They have 2 meetings with the Raiders.
So, I mean, you have a lot of games where, I mean, understand you want to try to save some gas in the tank. But you get that first week off in the playoffs. That's when you're going to be able to sit there and rest and be able to game plan and do whatever. You should be trying to blow the doors off of every fucking team that you play.
Agreed. I think they should be doing the same thing too. That too. Arizona does have a pretty decent pass defense, but Trent says a bad day for Mahomes is still a great day for Alex Smith, so he'll take it. That's very true.
Yeah, well, Alex Smith actually had a really good day on Sunday. We'll be talking that in about 15 minutes or so.
Yeah, about 2 more games. So, but good one on the Chiefs. I think you guys need to tighten it up. And I'm not talking shit on them. I'm just saying I could see. I'm part of the AFC West myself, so I know I could see where this is going. And I don't think that I think there's going to be a lot of tears shed if they don't change something and keep the energy going. Next game, sad day in Tennessee.
I got to tell you, yes, I watched this entire game from start to finish. Obviously, it was one of the 5 games that was running around on my TV. This game here is the reason why you don't underestimate a 500 team or a team that started out like shit. This was the upset of the weekend. Not gonna lie.
Absolutely.
Was the upset of the weekend. Obviously, a lot of people put their money on the Pats, thinking this was going to be a walkover game. Mariota actually proved something. I mean, his numbers don't exactly show it. But again, he was a little bit more mobile in the pocket, which is great. That's what he does. He finally took off the glove. I didn't understand what the whole glove thing was all about, but apparently he injured his hand.
Didn't he have a broken finger?
I think he did. Or he couldn't grip the ball for some reason, and he was using a glove, and he looked like the reverse version of Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
But this was actually pretty much of a difference maker in the whole thing. Defense for the Titans pressured Brady all day. Obviously, you see Edelman had 104 catches. I think that was on like 11 receptions. Patriots had no running game whatsoever, but Titans defense did stand up big, and the Patriots defense couldn't stop a cold.
Yeah, they just played like straight dog shit.
And all 4 of us took an L on this game.
All 4 of us took an L on this one. All right, moving right along. So this is the one. Now, Trent said something about this earlier. Let's talk about the Buccaneers going for 501 yards and only scored 3 points.
Okay, so at one point,
more than 550 something.
I listen to a lot of New York sports radio, and I got to tell you, the guy that was doing the overnight on Sunday into Monday goes that the Buccaneers had 5 fucking red zone trips and only got the field goal to go for it.
Yeah.
Embarrassing? Yes. This is utterly embarrassing that you get 5 or 6 trips to the red zone and you only put up 3 points. 406 means diddly shit when you're only putting up 3 points.
Dude, and it was not, I mean, look at, Washington didn't do anything. I mean, look at it. Smith did 178 yards, 1 score. Peterson did 68, Harris received for 52. That was the biggest plays that they had. They didn't do shit. How does a quarterback that throws for 406 yards not score one, not throw 1 touchdown?
Their red zone team garbage.
Oh my God.
Well, there is a positive out of this game. We didn't see Jameis Winston.
Oh, of course.
Because I actually watched this game, and they did not show him on the screen very much at all. So that was kind of a bonus. That was my win for this game, that I did not get to see Jameis Winston. Sorry, I have a dislike for the man. And we actually
a severe hate. Huh? We did split on this game?
We split on this game. Derek and I took Washington. Trin and yourself took Tampa.
Yeah, well, Smithed again.
Well, you're Smith if you do, and you're Smith if you don't.
Yeah. All right. Buffalo versus the Jets. Holy hell! I cannot believe it.
So this game here graced the big screen TV in my room, and from my understanding, the stadium known as MetLife was not full to start, and by the fourth quarter, the stadium and the parking lot were both empty.
Yeah.
The Bills were up 31-3 at half.
Jesus Christ.
I couldn't decide of whether to change the channel, watch the game, or turn the TV off. This is a complete embarrassment. Ranks up there with the Thanksgiving butt fumble game from 2012, which I will be celebrating this week soon.
Mm-hmm.
The Jets have nothing. They are done. Just end the season is exactly what the Jets' initials are.
Just end the season. Oh, no.
And the funny thing is that Trin didn't know that they signed former
Matt Barkley.
USC quarterback Barkley. And, I mean, granted, he didn't have tremendously fucking large numbers, but he tore the Jets' defense apart. LaShawn McCoy tore them apart. The Jets should just... first off, they should have fired Todd Bowles already. They didn't. They're going to have him coach the rest of the season. So, they'll be in line for another draft pick. Oh, wait, I forgot. I don't believe they have a number 1 draft pick this year coming up. But that whole team has to be sliced, diced, rebuilt, go out and actually spend some money from some new parts because, damn, you've gone from jumbo jet to like a freaking remote control plane.
Yeah, it was just an embarrassment. Now, this was a pretty good game. I thought this was a really good one. So this is definitely better than the Saints and the Bengals.
Well, at least there was a Fournette sighting.
Yeah, he scored.
I think he's only been gone since I believe week 2.
Yeah,
because he got hurt in the fucking Pats game back in week 2.
Yeah,
Bortles actually had a very decent game, but when we picked this game. And again, this was a split. You and Derek went to Jacksonville. Me and Trent went to Indy. I got to tell you, I'm still not underestimating Andrew Luck's ability to fucking run that offense. Because homeboy's slinging it big time. Coming off of 2 years of having that injury for his shoulder, homeboy's throwing the ball, and he's throwing the ball really well. What's up to Adam Gurley in the chat, brother?
Oh, he's here for the Texans. They didn't play this week, dude.
No, they didn't play this week, but they will be playing next week at some point.
All right, here.
But the only thing I got to tell you is that Jacksonville pretty much is eliminating themselves from the playoffs.
Yeah, they're back to their old.
They're not coming back.
I don't think there's no. They started well, but they're done.
All right, so you give me your take on this game, and then
this was an abortion of a game. Well, if one team had an offensive line and a defense, it would have been a better game. But unfortunately, it wasn't. So they didn't have that. So because we gave away all of our players, or released them all. So the Raiders are just like a skeleton crew of, hey, we showed up today. And then they're just letting their quarterback get crushed because they don't have a line. I mean, Osemele's out. No, he played. No, he's out. Osemele's on IR. And, dude, these guys, they're just fucking terrible.
Now, I know you like to curse your team out, but now Trin is cursing them out too. Because I'll agree with Trin. They did play well leading up to the third quarter.
Yeah.
Then it was the Melvin Gordon show.
Yeah.
And again, if I would have drafted fantasy football, I would have drafted Melvin Gordon. I've been a fan of his for quite a while, watching him develop and everything. But I got to tell you, though, the Doug Martin sighting was impressive.
Yeah.
Doug Martin did have quite a few good rushes during this game. I really don't know how many times Derek Carr got his diaper changed.
He
And
got hit about 3 or 4 times.
and I give a lot of credit to Jared Cook.
Yeah,
I
he
think
did good. He did well.
Carr's found the target in Cook, and I really do. I really do find that as a key. I'm hoping that maybe if they actually don't trade any way of more fucking Carr's weapons,
Or Carr. Or Carr.
Well, this is true. This is true. But if they can somehow fix the offensive line a little bit, Jared Cook is going to be a number 1 receiver in Oakland.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and it just irritates me that it's a no end, man. After being a fan for so many years, when we finally do get it, we put up with shit so many years of just shitty quarterbacks, and we finally get one, and then we're like, we take everything away. Okay, Crabtree, he's gone. Cooper, yeah, we don't need him. Oh, do we need a defense? No, fuck Mac, get him out of here. Bruce Irvin, yeah, we're gonna throw him out. So what does he have left? I mean, really, he's got. I mean, at least he's got Jared Cook, and we got Jordy Nelson. But Jordy, he hasn't been doing a whole lot this year. But
I think he got hurt on Sunday too.
Yeah,
he got hurt on Sunday. He's not been the same.
So yeah, Phillip Rivers is a badass quarterback, man.
Okay, so now I'll ask you the question that I've been listening to all weekend long after the Charger game on Sunday: is Phillip Rivers a Hall of Famer?
I think he could be. I think I wouldn't kick him out
because his career numbers are just off the chain.
Oh, Bryant tore his PCL too. Didn't Nelson retire? Jordy didn't retire.
No, that wasn't at the corner that retired.
Yeah.
No, I actually saw Jordy Nelson on the sidelines on Sunday, and he just did not look good. He kept bending over too much. Kind of was like a cramp thing or some type of like a stomach injury or whatever, but he just did not look right.
Yeah. Okay, so then we go, man, I don't know about these guys. This is the second meetup they've had together, and it's been this close.
Well, all right, so in this game here, even though the Rams did win 36-31, this was a landslide pick for us.
Mm-hmm.
The Rams did lose Cooper Kupp for the rest of the year. Their leading receiver last year, they lost for the rest of this year.
Mm-hmm.
So, offensively, I'm not saying this is going to slow the Rams down. They still have Robert Woods. They still have Brandon Cooks. Their tight end is still good. Obviously, you have Todd Gurley standing there in the backfield. And you look at these numbers, I got to tell you, this game was close into the fourth quarter. Seattle did show up. They put up some points. The Rams were just a little bit better.
Yeah.
But it gave the Rams a scare 2 weekends in a row after the kill in frickin' New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
And then now this game, I think the Rams are going to be sitting there trying to second guess everything that they do now at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But I got to tell you, this was a game that I watched on my TV until the feed left. Rams are in trouble. They have to run and gun against every team in order to beat them this year.
Well, and they got Kansas City this weekend or Monday. So this is going to be the true test. If they can do this, I mean, I think that they can probably pull it off. They could probably end up getting themselves to the Super Bowl. But you're going to come in. I mean, Eric Berry's going to be in there. You're going to have a lot to deal with when he comes to Kansas City. The benefit is that they do have the home field advantage, so they don't have to play at Arrowhead.
So Trin is saying Bryant tore his PCL and Nelson got hurt and reports that he's retiring.
Oh, okay. Well, that's great.
Oh, joy.
Yeah. Okay.
Another jersey I have to look out for now.
Of course.
Because the Jordy Nelson jerseys are, kind of important.
But, all right, so next we go to this just slobber knocker of a beat-up session.
This game here actually was another all-out pick by all of us for the Green Bay Packers, the Cheeseheads, squishing the fish.
Squishing the fish, man. Aaron Rodgers, you know, he's a badass. So,
Yeah, but the funny thing is that his numbers were not great this week.
almost 200, but he still got 2 scores. I mean, it mattered when he needed it to. He mattered when they needed him. So,
Well, the great thing is that the run game for the Green Bay Packers finally showed up.
yeah,
So when you have to run the ball, you don't have to have Aaron Rodgers throw the ball 40, 50 times.
yeah.
And I do believe the Miami Dolphins are tired of seeing Brock Osweiler.
I think so.
He's only put up 25 points in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yikes.
I mean, they're at a paltry 5-5, but yeah, no, I don't really. Nah, the Dolphins are pretty much done too.
Yeah, I agree. So we've got the Cowboys and the Eagles. The Cowboys pulled it out on this one.
All right, so I'm actually calling them the Cowgirls versus the Seagulls in this game, because this game was fucking lackluster in the first half, and then all of a sudden, I think the 4th of July hit after the halftime excursion, and then the fireworks just went off. Yep. This game here was insane.
Yeah, it was pretty intense. Amari Cooper's just doing fantastic. You know, got 75 yards. So,
well, the great thing about this is that the Cowboys now have a receiver that everybody's going to pay attention to, and that will open up a lot of lanes for Prescott, whom I don't know how we could really post a picture that I took.
Oh yeah,
at 7-Eleven the other day, but this I'll try and see if I can put it up on my phone after the thing here, because I really thought it was a great picture. I don't know how well this is going to fly, but
oh yeah, Ricky flipping off old Dak.
I'm flipping off Dak Prescott after the fucking Cowboy game on Sunday night.
Did you want the Eagles to win there, Rick?
Actually, we all picked the Eagles.
Yeah, we all picked the
and
Eagles.
we all got fucking ass raped by the Cowgirls.
Well,
for that lovely event.
At least. All right, so the last one we got here, we got Monday night. The Giants, the Blueberries versus the 49ers, and the Giants pulled it out at the last minute.
53 seconds left.
Jesus.
My God.
Had to wait till the very last minute to do it, but they did it.
Well, the scary thing is that we originally didn't see this as one of those great games for Monday Night Football, although it turned out to actually be a decent game. You know, blueberries versus strawberries. The blueberries won.
I mean, they were already up by a point, but
the thing I really do like about this game is the emergence of Nick Mullins.
Yeah.
He has a potential to be a big-time starter in the NFL.
Oh, yeah, I think so, too. I like the guy.
Well, I thought it was really surprising that this is 2 weeks in a row. He's thrown for 250+, which is great. I'm not saying that he didn't go against top-flight defenses the last 2 weeks, because it was Raiders and Giants. And, you know, maybe between the two of them, they probably could be a great defense. But I give him a lot of credit. He's not a stationary quarterback, which is great. He's mobile, has a cannon for an arm, and he just he manages the game really well. But for the first time, though, I've actually seen the Giants receivers actually do something for a change.
Yeah, they didn't do too bad either. Look, Beckham had 2 scores. That's how long's it been since we said that?
I think last year it was the 2 scores.
Yeah.
I think he might have had 2 scores earlier this year, but oh no, that's right. He passed for 1 and then caught 1. That was his 2 scores earlier this year.
Yeah.
Peyton Manning didn't need his depends changed very much.
Eli Manning. Peyton Manning's a Super Bowl winning champion.
They both have huge foreheads. How could you not tell the difference?
True.
At least it doesn't look like frickin' Eli has a suction cup on his head.
That's very true.
So, overall for the week, this is how the numbers ended. Alex, you went 7-6.
Yeah. A little over 500.
I went 9-4. Derek missed a few picks. He went 5-4. and Trin went 7-6.
All right. Still puts me up there in second place.
Yes.
Yeah.
64-50.
Jesus. Not too bad. Not too bad.
And the funny thing is, again, as the season goes along, and this is week 11 coming up, I believe almost the entire AFC East is on bye.
Yeah. What do we got coming up for Thursday night here? Let me click over real quick.
From my understanding, Thursday night's game is supposed to be a really, really good game.
Packers at Seahawks.
That's going to be a great game.
Yeah.
That will be a great game. Let's see here. What does it say for Bills, Browns, Dolphins, Pats, Jets, and 49ers? 6 teams again this week with a bye. So that'll be a short 13-game schedule again, which kind of stinks, but it is just less football. So Packers have won the last 3 meetings, and again, this is not a divisional game; it's a conference game. Seattle, the last 2 times they met, have actually had a good team, and this year Seattle's just walking in at 4-5.
Mm-hmm.
And then they look at the rankings. Green Bay is in top 15 of everything.
Yeah, 14th in rushing, so that's the lowest number that they get. I'm gonna go with the Packers on this one. I don't know, man. The Seahawks played really good against the Rams, but I think I'm gonna go with the Packers. Going with the Pack. Go Pack. Go. How about yourself? Trent is going with the Seahawks. Derek is going with the Packers.
Okay, let's see here.
And Eric Berry will not be back this week.
I don't think he's going to play the whole rest of the season, to be honest. I don't understand why that they're holding on to they're holding on to that. I really don't.
Make sure he doesn't get hurt. These are one of their best defensive players. But he's not doing very good on the bench though.
Well, either way, I think I understand Kansas City's got injuries. Berry hasn't played in almost a solid 2 years.
Yeah.
He got hurt last year in the Pats game in opening night and has not been back since.
Yeah. They're expecting him to be back by the end of November, says
they might as well just keep him out to the playoffs.
Might as well.
Because he's
watch him get hurt the last weekend of November and then bam. Done.
I mean, I gave him a lot of credit. He came back from illness, but it just obviously taking a toll on him over the long run. All right, so I am a little bit torn about this game, to be honest. This Packers-Seahawks game. I've put my money on the Packers quite a few times this year, and they burn me. And I really can't. I can't trust the Seahawks.
See.
I mean, they have the number 1 rushing attack in the NFL. That's totally understandable. But their offense is 22nd. Wilson's had the fucking worst numbers ever. All right, I'm gonna go the Packers.
All right,
Seattle, but
so Trent's the only one that's going for Seattle.
Yeah, that'll be the Thursday night picks.
There we go.
And then next week, Tuesday night, is going to be a ultra special show because it will be the show, I believe, right before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it will be.
And they'll have, I believe, 4 games on for
Thursday.
Thanksgiving Day. Yeah, so that'll be a loaded show. We'll have the reviews, and then we'll have 4 picks. I have 3 or 4 picks, I believe.
Yep.
For Thanksgiving Turkey Day.
Mm-hmm. All right, man. Well, I don't have anything else here, so unless you do, we will. Thanks. We'll be back on. Friday, of course.
Well, is there TDRS tomorrow night?
There is TDRS tomorrow night. There's Pain Train on Thursday as well. Also, Savage Thoughts is on Thursday. What time is Pain Train on? You guys are on around 6?
7:30 Eastern Standard,
then I
believe Savage Thoughts is on 7:30 Central.
Yep.
So they'll
And
be on
then
an hour after us.
we'll be on after all that. So yeah, so tomorrow, once again, TDRS, Thursday, Pain Train, Pipe Bomb, Savage Thoughts, and TDRS. We will see you guys later.
Stay oh my God! Touchdown!
Well, I was not expecting to get an arch rival today, but here we are.